I'm Peter Vaughan, and today I'm in the Berkshire countryside. Well, this could be only one UK dealership, Wokingham Motorhomes, buried in the woods near, of course, Wokingham. I'm here to test the very latest from Rapido, because Wokingham is the UK's oldest Rapido dealership, and this is a brand new model for 2026, the 850F. It's not just a brand new motorhome, but it's the winner of Out and About Live's 2026 award for the best fixed double bed motorhome. Let's have a look and see why it won that award. And I should probably start by explaining that the 8 series, or the 8F series from Rapido, is their entry level in terms of A-Class. So these are on a standard Fiat chassis, the 80DF range being on the Fiat Alco chassis. So this is on a Fiat Ducato chassis cowl, and it has a completely new look. The 8 series has had a complete overhaul, complete redesign for 2026. New front look, looks quite aggressive and modern, doesn't it? I really like it. You've got the Rapido logo in the middle of the grille, signifying the 3 generations of the Russo family, because Rapido is still a family-owned business like Wokingham Motorhomes. You've got the built-in front fog lights, these LED daytime running lights. The windscreen is described as panoramic, gives you much better visibility now from the driver's seat. We'll see that when we go for a drive later on. Still got triple windscreen wipers to give a good coverage of the screen, and they are set up for right-hand drive. There's a new cab door, obviously on the passenger side like most right-hand drive UK A-classes, because they don't swap them over for right-hand drive. So cab door on the near side, habitation door on the offside, and both of those are linked to the central locking. New windows in the cab as well, new insulation in the cab, and as I say, that new cab door. The alloy wheels, those are part of the standard spec. Now the 850F is a brand new layout in the range this season, and it's significant because this is an A-Class with an island bed that's under 7 metres long, 6.99 metres to be precise. Try finding another A-Class with an island bed that's that short. We tried, and it's almost impossible to find a true rival for this van. Yes, there are plenty of island bed layouts at 7.5 metres, a couple at 7.2 metres, but if you want something a bit more manageable, well, this might be your only option. As far as the bodywork's concerned, it is Rapido's usual Nova Tech construction. So you've got impact-resistant polyester finish for the outside walls, the roof and the underside. And it comes with the superior styrofoam insulation. If I give you the other facts and figures, well, it's 2.91 metres high, 2.35 metres wide, and as standard, it's on a 3.5 tonne chassis, so you can drive it on a standard car licence. If you need more than the standard payload of 425 kilos, you can upgrade to 3650 or have a heavy chassis at 4.4 tonnes. Now, the standard payload figure includes 20 litres of water and the driver, but obviously not the passengers or any of your kit. The other thing you'll want to know, of course, is how much it is. Well, starting price is £85,900. Very keen for an A-Class. This one, £93,600. Still competitive, as I say, for an A-Class, when so many A-Class motorhomes now are well north of 100 grand. The extras on this vehicle, the automatic gearbox, that's £2,580, and the select pack at £4,720. You also have an upholstery upgrade. It's called the Alba upholstery, and this one, that's £270, and a mattress protector at £130. So the select pack, what do you get for nearly £5 grand. Well, quite a lot of stuff, and you won't want to order your Rapido without it. So you get the reversing camera with the screen built into the DAB Pioneer radio and multimedia unit in the dashboard. That's a 6.8-inch screen. You get Traction Plus, hill descent control, composite leaf springs on the rear suspension, all-season tyres, a thermal dual pleat windscreen blind, driver's door, a cab door rather, with 2-point locking, habitation door with 2-point locking, fixed window and built-in bin. You get an inverter that automatically cuts off the gas if you're involved in a crash, so you can use your gas heating while driving. And finally, you get a heated waste tank. Now, if we have a look down the near side, well, of course, you've got the bus-style mirrors with twin lenses, so good for visibility from the driver's point of view. Behind the cab, you've got a flap that covers your diesel and AdBlue fillers. Further back, of course, your toilet cassette servicing hatch, your fresh water filler, that's a 120-litre inboard tank, your mains hookup, and then back here, the vent for your Truma boiler. And Rapido add quite a lot of spec to their UK right-hand drive vehicles, all included in that base price of £85,900. One of the upgrades is to the Truma system. You get the 6EH, so the upgraded 6 kilowatt heating system, which is operating from either gas or mains hookup. You also get the iNet X control panel. And that means you don't need a separate Truma control panel. You can operate the heating and the hot water from Rapido's simple touchscreen above the habitation door. Another upgrade for right-hand drive spec is you get twin 92 amp hour AGM leisure batteries. And I should note too, the nice framed habitation windows. The back end design is simple but neat. Well, you can't miss the Rapido branding, and if you look up there, you'll also see the reversing camera. Note too that if you have a little bump, well, this bottom section is separate, so you haven't got to replace a whole back wall. Under here, you'll see the waste tank with a simple twist catch to empty. Nice large bore outlet, so it should drain quite quickly. And unusually, for a Continental van, you've got rear corner steadies down there too. But what you really want to see is that idiot Vaughan making a fool of himself and hiding in the garage again. Well, this is a garage with all your electrics at the back here. There's a main socket with an adapter because it's a Continental socket. You've got all your fuses, your RCD unit. Because it's a UK spec vehicle, another thing you get is your external shower. You've got fixed tie-down hooks. You've got a light where it should be in the ceiling to properly illuminate the space. And headroom in here, well, you can see it's not huge. It's 84 centimetres. Ah, not enough, you're thinking, for your bikes? Well, press this button here. So, you press this button and your garage gets bigger. The double bed above goes up slowly and gradually. Notice that you've got a bigger loading door on the off side, bigger than the near side one. Maximum weight in here is 150 kilos. You don't get a spare wheel either. You just get this fix and go kit. But when the bed is fully up, there's no airflow or smell flow if you've got anything, you know, like a petrol powered bicycle or moped or something in here. You've got no nasty smells going from the garage into the bedroom because this clever timbre system separates the two areas. And now your headroom in the garage is up to 1.14 metres. much better. So plenty of good features on the outside. The only thing left to mention, awning light, electric step that auto retracts, and a gas locker for two 13-kilo cylinders. What you really want to see is the inside. So that's where we're going next. Yes, now we're inside, of course, and the single most impressive thing, I think, about this Rapido is the sense of space. You can hardly believe that this is just a 7-metre van. This lounge area is lovely and open. This L-shaped sofa is great for putting your feet up. Very relaxing sitting here. The table isn't too big when folded in half, but if you want to invite friends in, or if you do travel 4 up, then it's practically banquet sized. Of course, that full width A-class cab helps with the big windscreen giving you panoramic views out to the front. But you've got good size window this side too, big wind up roof light as well, window in the door, so lots and lots of daylight in here, and good artificial lighting too. Nice reading light here. You've got downlighters dropped into the underside of the cab bed. You've got speakers up there as well. So it's a very comfortable space. And the lounge is every bit as appealing if you prefer to sit in the captain's chairs. You can swing round and put your feet up, enjoy the view, or come around the other way. TV bracket is up there on the washroom wall above the rear travel seats. And then you have this odd little jump seat that just pulls out a tiny bit. Well, you can put your feet up on there, but it would be better if it pulled out a little more. Perhaps it doesn't because of conflict with the swivel driver's seat, but it would be nice if it was more of a footrest perhaps than it is. But you've got useful coat hooks just inside the door where you want them. Nice grab handle when you're coming in too, and little storage pockets there on the end of the kitchen for those odds and ends that you want when you're going out. Dog lead perhaps, and other bits and bobs. And then if you want to carry rear passengers, this part of the L settee simply folds away. You remove the cushions and the base panel, the wooden part, folds flat against the wall. So 3-point belts for 2 rear passengers, and adjustable headrests too. Under this seat is the fresh water tank, and neatly hidden under the carpet there's a trapdoor that lifts up to reveal those 2 leisure batteries and a bit of concealed storage. Before I move on to the kitchen, I should talk about the furniture, because this is an all-new design for the 2026 8 Series. This particular furniture is called Aurora. This is one of the options. The other one is called Palatina, and that has some much darker wood with off-white top locker doors. So complete contrast. And then you have 5 different upholsteries to choose from, this one being Alba. So the kitchen, and in continental vans, if you like your British vans, well, this is the area that perhaps gets the most stick. But look at it. 2-burner hob. Now that is perhaps the one aspect that people are going to criticise, but look at the space around the gas rings. You've got plenty of room for bigger pans, and I really like that. After all, how often do you really use 3 or 4 gas rings at the same time? Probably not very often, if at all. And here you can use some proper sized pans. The sink, glass lid as usual. Nice quality Argo tap in trendy matte black. Mains and 12-volt sockets up there, but really to use that you'd have to have the sink lid closed. And then, well, you get an oven. That's part of the UK right-hand drive spec, and it's an oven and grill, and a decent size, and in the proper place, not up over the fridge, as we've seen, well, in so many vans from the continent. Proper drawer-based storage too, and it's electrically centrally locked, so it won't come flying open when you go round a roundabout. Just press a button, You've got a big drawer at the top, room for all your cutlery and utensils in there. This super-sized deep drawer here, pots and pans, tools, cereal packets, all that sort of thing. And at the bottom, well, this one would be useful for all your plates and so on. All soft closing. Beyond that, you've got a 142 litre three-way fridge with automatic energy selection, so gas, 12 volt and mains. And bottle drawer at the bottom, and another cupboard, useful bit of space, as long as you're tall enough to reach in there, up above. Okay, there's not a great deal of worktop, but with the table so close to the kitchen, well, I think I, for one, would be able to live with that. And I should add that these top lockers have concealed handles underneath, and the second you release them with one finger, up they go. Nice, easy access to the storage. Another nice touch. And then, of course, opposite the fridge, you have the washroom, and it's a good size for this 7-metre van. Nice oval basin with a high quality metal tap, big mirror, roof vent above with a drying rail, shelves and cupboard storage. And it's a shame there aren't any of those nice elasticated straps that Rapido sometimes use to hold things in place. I really like those, but sadly, they haven't fitted them in this 850F. What they have done is given you loads of room on the loo, lots of leg room, lots of shoulder room. That's not a problem for larger people. And then, when you want to have a shower, just undo this bolt, and the wash basin units will swing round, and the cubicle is completed with a bifold screen that just clips into place. And again, it's a decent sized shower. Headroom is a bit over 6 foot, I guess. You've got a little shelf on the wall for your shampoo and your shower gel. It's a really good shower, again, for what isn't the great big motorhome. And now, if you'll excuse me, the fireworks have started. It's bonfire night, and I'm going to turn in quite shortly. It's been a long day, and I'll pick this up in the morning. Good morning and welcome to part 2. Now, in this section, I want to tell you all about the 2 double beds, go for a drive, and of course give you my final verdict on this 850F. First of all, though, the bedroom at the back. Well, you've got these nice big bedside tables, 2 USB ports and a 12 volt socket on this side, USBs and a main light switch on that side. This is the bed in its chaise longue position, so you can comfortably sit back and relax, read the paper, whatever you want to do. You've got these reading lights on either side, as well as speakers for the cab stereo. I like the way they've redesigned the bedroom too, with this sort of curved effect, the way the wardrobes merge into the top lockers. Of course, you've got the wardrobes on either side. TV point up there and a small roof vent above. Lift up the end of the bed and you've got a little bit of storage, and that's nice because it's sitting over the boiler, so keep your underwear in there nice and toasty warm for those winter mornings. And then when it's bedtime, just pull the bed forward and then a couple of steps on each side, and you still have room to sit up in bed. And this bed is 1.9 metres long by 1.48 metres wide. That's 6'3" by 4'10". Woking told me that some customers do sleep with the bed in this raised position. This is as high as it goes, and that makes sense if you've got really expensive bikes in there that you don't want to take out. But now, of course, access is compromised. It is a much higher bed to get into, and you no longer have that ability to sit up in bed. Although, obviously, the bed is still the same size. And now, I guess that's why it says a limit of 200 kilos down here. And then, whether the bed is high or low, you have a sliding door that closes off the bedroom. Like most A-classes, the 850F also has a drop-down bed in the cab, although you can now delete this so it becomes an option. But as standard, this is a 4-berth van. Simply tip the cab seats forward. A new locking mechanism, new catch, making it easier to lower the bed. It is still manual, but it comes down now onto these supports, so it's more stable when it's down. Just slide that catch across, pull the bed down, and retrieve the ladder. And up here again, you have a comfortable Baltex mattress, and this time the bed size is 1.87 metres by 1.42 metres. That's 6 foot 1.5 by 4 foot 8. And you've got the vital roof vent above for those hot nights in the med. You've got a light, just a single LED light at each end, and you've got privacy curtains. When you stow the bed, these straps keep the curtains out of the way. Just give it a good hard push, and I think now we draw the blinds and go for a drive. Now, two things you notice straight away when you come to drive this Rapido is it's a flat floor right through the living area into the cab. Another thing is that you get the Smart Pack as standard, so you get the leather steering wheel, these bits of aluminium type trim on the fascia, and you get the steering wheel controls for your radio and your telephone as well. Of course, the Pioneer screen is standard. It's a bit smaller than the big Fiat screen, but I'm not sure that particularly matters. You get these nice captain's chairs with the twin adjustable armrests and high backs, and the seat belts built into them. Another thing you notice straight away, so many times in the past with right-hand drive A-classes, the handbrake was a real pain, but literally a pain, not in the bottom, but in the hand, because it was wedged between the seat and the gas locker compartment, which here is hidden with this little cupboard above. Now, with this electronic handbrake or parking brake as standard, well, that makes life a lot easier. It's a 140 horsepower engine, as standard with a manual gearbox. The automatics are £2.5 grand, £2,580 option, which I think most people will go for. You probably don't need the 180 horsepower engine. This isn't a big van, and it doesn't feel big on the road either. Although it is obviously full width. But with this new design for the fascia in front of the original Fiat dash, because that slopes away. Now, Cartago have made a fuss about this for years, and it's so true. Because that dashboard slopes away and you can see much closer to the front of the vehicle, it is so much easier to judge on the road. This A-Class is one that really isn't at all daunting to drive. You feel that you've got very good visibility. These bus style mirrors with the twin lenses, they're excellent too. And those windscreen wipers that I mentioned, well, with triple wipers, they give as good a coverage of that panoramic screen as I've seen anywhere. On the downside, yes, there are some rattles, but to be fair, this vehicle hasn't had its PDI yet, and Adrian from Wokingham has said they'll have a good go at sorting those out. But yeah, on the road, it's got the usual Fiat characteristics, very firm ride. No doubt you can have a look at tyre pressures as well, and of course this vehicle's got no weight in it, so that will help too. But Very stable, very sure-footed, and the 140 horsepower engine is plenty for a van like this. Before I sum up, I'd just like to thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. It really does help us, and we're on for that target of 100,000 subscribers. Help us get there, please. Back to the 850F, and well, it's an award winner in the Out and About Live 2026 Motorhome Awards, the best fixed double bed van this year. It is so spacious for a 7-metre van, and yet has that classic island bed bedroom which so many people want, and for good reason. The compactness really helps, gives you more payload, makes it more manoeuvrable, and yet, as I say, it feels like a bigger van. A couple of things I haven't mentioned. Options: if you want the lounge pack, well, that gives you automatic air conditioning rather than just the push button aircon. It gives you induction, phone charging, and the digital dashboard display. If you go for the energy pack, that upgrades the battery to a 100 amp hour lithium battery and gives you a 150 watt solar panel on the roof as well. Quite useful option, that one. I'm not sure about whether I'd go for the lounge pack, but the energy pack, or get your dealer to upgrade with a bit of solar on the roof. Otherwise, yeah, there's nice choices with the 2 different furniture styles and the choices of upholstery, and a van with a lot of appeal for an A-class. Quite a sensible price.